first thing you're going to do is you're going to start by folding your drafting paper into two. The next thing you want to do is to draw a straight line. From that straight line, we're going to measure downward. That's my hip deep length, which is 7.5 inch. And from that line, we're still going to measure downward my crotch deep line, which is 9 inch. When I'm done doing so, I'm going to go ahead and connect it with a straight line. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 1/4 of my hip measurement. Around my hip measurement is 36. 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 inch. Now you want to measure from your crotch deep line. You want to go up by 2 inch. Connect that with a straight line. After connecting it with the straight line, the next thing you want to do is to go in by 1.5 inch since we are working for the front piece. Connect that with the straight line. I want to do is to go down by 1 inch and connect it with the straight line, and we are going to as well connect that's the curve for that go in between the leg. When we are done with the crotch of the front, the next thing we want to do is to connect those lines with the straight line. Just continue the lines all the way to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and mark the center of it to know which one is the front and which one is the back pattern. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to measure 1/4 of my hip measurement, which was 9 inch, mark it down. I'm going to do the same thing here, 9 inch, and mark it down. After marking it down, I'm going to connect it with a straight line. Now remember, for the front, for the crotch, we did go in by 1.5, but for the back piece we are going to go in by 1 3/4. Connect that with a straight line. Now we are going to go ahead and connect the crotch curve. So here I have the back piece and I have the front. We are going to go ahead and cut up our pattern. So this is the lace I'm going to be using. It's very, very stretchy. If you really notice that we did not add any allowance when we are cutting the pattern. Remember, the lace they always use for this panty is the lace that has finish edge at the top and at the downer part. But since I could not find it in my area where I live, I got this one that later on I'm going to be hemming the top part. But if in case you have the lace that has 2 finish edges, there's no need for you to hem it at the end. So now, because I could not get a cotton black fabric at home, this is what I'm going to be using. Remember, this piece inside should be cotton, okay? I'm simply cutting a small piece. We're going to be using that later. I'm going to go ahead and pin that up. After pinning it, the next thing we're going to do is take it to the machine and stitch it all the way like so. We end here while leaving this space open. But remember, when you want to stitch it, you're not stitching it with a regular stitch. You're actually going to do so with a zigzag stitch, a zigzag small stitch. But me, I'm going to be using overlock. But if you have an overlock, this will be better. But if you don't, use a zigzag stitch, okay? When we are done joining the two sides together, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be joining the two crochet together. That's the part that goes in between the legs. Okay, join it together. Make sure your pieces are right side facing each other. Take it to the machine and stitch. I'm going to overlock that. After overlocking, here's what it looked like, and I'm going to go ahead and hem ½ inch, and that's 4 half inch in what, and I'm going to hem that up. So now the next thing I want to do, as you can see, I went ahead and just placed this like this in the form of a triangle, and I cut this. So we're going to place this small piece like this, the right side. I'm going to place this like this right here, like though. Okay, so I'll take it to the machine right now. Place this right here, pin it right here like this, and I'm going to stitch here to hold it on. I'm gonna do the same thing here, like this, like this. Okay, so after stitching here and here, I will make sure I pin this again here at this center. I'm just going to be stitching this for center. I'm pinning it here. I'm not going to be pinning, that's to stitch the whole stuff. So I'm gonna take it to my machine and stitch here, stitch here, stitch here, stitch here, and we are done with the project. So I went ahead to, that's to stitch this here, 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 and here. If you want, you could just go ahead and stitch this like so all the way around, but I prefer doing it like this. Okay, so this is all for this project. I hope you guys love it. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up, like, comment, and share, and see you on my next project. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.